This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, it looks like Young Dolph and Key Glock have put out a joint mixtape, Dumb and Dumber. We had looked at this video before, Key Glock smashing the windshields on Young Dolph's car, but maybe this was just promotion for their mixtape that they have out together.
Who does promo and breaks up their car?
I know that has you horrified.
That's crazy.
YBN Cordae also has put out his debut solo album, The Lost Boy. So, as you know, everybody's been talking about how dope that album is. And some new music, the new single from Rick Ross's new album, Port of Miami 2. This song features Drake. It's called Gold Roses.
Two rapping-ass rappers doing what they do best, which is rap. I enjoyed the record. People put so much pressure on Drake and Ross because of all their past collaborations, but I like when they do records together.
Mm-hmm. All right, now
I'm not comparing it to nothing.
SZA is also planning to release a, quote, little project before dropping a new full-length album as well. So she said, if you leave it up to me, we'll be here for quite some time. So she's going to do something smaller before her album so she can just get it out the way.
Okay.
All right, now let's talk about Monique. She did an interview with Comedy Hype. Of course, Sydney was there, a.k.a. Daddy. And one thing that was a trigger for her was Charlamagne. Listen to this.
There's a big conversation now about mental illness in our community, and Charlemagne the God, he's one of the people that try to advocate it constantly.
I won't even accept that. Stop it, Leonard. You're advocating for mental illness.
He's big on that. That's his thing.
I've seen and heard the destruction that brother has done in our community. I've heard the poison that he's pulled out over that air in our community. Now, everyone's allowed to change. But I think that the only way we make change in our community is at first acknowledge we were part of the damage.
Acknowledge.
All right, in addition to that...
Let him acknowledge?
No, I'm going to finish, and then he can respond to everything.
Unlike Monique, I'll hold myself accountable and acknowledge my BS, but continue.
All right, now Sydney did jump in and discuss Charlamagne and his lack of empathy.
There's a level of perpetuation of fame and a lack of empathy that I've seen him indulge in. When I watched, obviously Monique's interview, when you see him having the interview with Kanye, that man invites him out to his home. Then after interviewing with him, he's donkey of the day. There's a lack of empathy that this man gives to the community. So if you're an advocate for it, then that means you remove donkey of the day and you understand that people make mistakes.
I mean, it's not a lack of empathy at all.
I think there's more.
I do an interview with Kanye West, and then Kanye West goes to TMZ and says slavery was a choice. That's not donkey of the day worthy.
All right, now there's more on you, Charlamagne. This is what Sydney had to say about you as far as why are you an authority figure speaking on behalf of black people?
There's a level of consideration for people that I haven't seen him give because it's more about ratings, it would appear. There's a coarseness to his energy. There's a lack of connect to his people. And it's odd to me when I hear people and see him on CNN and they talking to him as if he's some authority. He hasn't had the tenure in this life to have the authority, because when you're an authority on dealing with people, that same authority is accompanied by empathy.
I've never said I was an authority figure. Never claimed to be. I've never claimed to be an expert at anything either. I'm just a man who has some experiences. But I'm praying for Monique. I want Monique to find the healing she needs. She's been talking about the same things and the same people for the last 15 years. I'm new to the conversation, but the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, the Lee Daniels, everybody else is always the problem. And even if those people did her wrong, she got to let that hurt go, because it's not good for her mental health. And I really do pray that she finds it in her heart to forgive them, because that's the only way she's going to find peace, because I don't hear a woman who's at peace.
You're not going to pray
and
for
to
Sydney?
forgive you also? You want her to forgive you as well?
No.
You're not going to pray for Sydney?
For what? What am I praying for Sydney for?
You pray for Monique? Just pray for Sydney?
Listen, I pray for a lot of different people.
Did you watch Did you watch that whole segment?
I did. And I watched that part when she said Leonard over and over like a million times. When she was like, "I will not accept that." That was funny to me.
See?
Well, she is a comedian.
She is.
That was funny.
Have empathy.
All right, now let's talk about another one of Charlamagne's friends, Tommy Lauren.
Okay.
Arian Foster made an appearance on her No Interruption show. You know him as a former NFL star.
That's my guy, too. I didn't say Arian, my friend. That's my guy. We had him up here on the Breakfast Club.
And she also made an appearance on his Now What podcast. Now, one thing that they discussed, and Arian Foster explained it perfectly, was about the kneeling protests in the NFL. Check it out.
I have never said that Colin Kaepernick or you don't have the right to kneel. You absolutely do. Now, the NFL has a right to say, we're your employer and you're not doing that during your work time. So I believe in that as well.
Which is ridiculous. It's a logically inconsistent stance on their part. If you want to say don't make political statements on the field, then don't have the military fly over at the beginning, or don't have a deal with them, with the Department of Justice that has millions of dollars advertising the military. It's a logically inconsistent stance.
But if it might be, but as your employer, they get to make that. Whether it's right or wrong, they get to make it.
Dropping the clues bomb for Arian Foster.
He did and you got to really watch more of this to see all the things and points that he made that were amazing, because he talks about how kneeling is seen as a sign of respect. People kneel in church. And Colin Kaepernick first started that because he decided that would be a sign of respect. And
I'm going to go watch the full thing today.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch because it's behind a paywall at Fox, but Arian sent me a link. Arian sent me a link to where I can watch it for free. But Arian is one of the most logically thinking people you will ever meet in your life. And he's absolutely right. That was a logically inconsistent statement from Tommy, but she makes those all the time.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
All right. Shout out to Revolt. Revolt, we'll see you guys on Monday. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix. But before we get to the mix, we're going to play Big Sean's new joint. It's called Single Again.
Dropping the clues bombs for Big Sean. I like what Sean is doing. I don't know if y'all listening, but he's putting the medicine in the candy. Really pay attention to that second verse.
All right. Well,
all right.
Let's play top of the hour, and then we'll get that on. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.